Welcome back to another episode of Psycosmos. Today, we are going to be running a podcast with our good friend Nymisha, who was a child actress in some Indian movies. Stay tuned for more. Thank you for coming on to the show with us, Nymisha. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure having me.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, well, we're just hanging out. So we met you recently, a couple months back, and we found out that you actually used to star in a movie back over in India. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. Hi everyone, this is Nymisha. So I acted in a Telugu movie back in India when I was in my first grade as a child actress, and that's the movie name called Manasantha Nuvve. If anyone is watching, they could watch in the YouTube Manasantha Nuvve, so that I could be seen from that movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll put the movie up so that everybody can see what movie she is.
Sure.
Yeah, she played the younger sister of the hero of the movie. The premise of this movie, because I saw it, is it's pretty good. It's a romantic movie with a little bit of action, a little bit of comedy in there. It's basically about a young poor boy who grows up with a young rich girl, and they're very good friends, and almost like they have a big crush on each other, but then they split apart. And years later, when they're adults, they come back together, and there's a lot of drama, like a lot of other Bollywood and Indian films. There's a lot of drama, a lot of dance sequences. Overall, it was pretty good. I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed Nymisha's part in it. I know that, so you only played a very small role for about 10 minutes or so in like the first quarter of the movie. But
tell us about that.
Yeah, tell us about that experience.
Okay, so I got this chance as my father knew someone who works in this film. So they approached my father. So my father, initially my father and my mother hesitated me because they were worried about me, because I used to get a lot of cold and fevers. I used to get a lot of sick. So they hesitated to do this, but after a lot of things happened, they finally agreed, and this shooting happened in a place called Araku, which is 3 hours from my hometown. My hometown is Visakhapatnam. So it's called as Vizag, preferably.
Vizag,
Yeah. So it's this Araku is 3 hours from this Vizag. So we have traveled in the train. My parents are sitting in other different compartment of the train, and I was shooting in other compartment of the train.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was a bit worried about because I didn't find my parents. I was a bit worried, but then these people are very friendly. They gave me chocolates, cherries, and everything. I enjoyed eating a lot. So when I don't really remember a lot of things while shooting, but my mom used to tell me that they actually pinched me because I need to cry. So
That's right.
yeah, so that's so weird. I mean, yeah, but I really enjoyed the shooting, and I met the hero of this film. His name is Uday Kiran. He gave me 2 chocolates, I remember.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: as a film guy, I love to hear about the behind-the-scenes type stuff. In the scene that I've actually seen you in that scene, the train was moving. Were they filming as the train was moving?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
They are filming. They want it to be natural, so they're filming like that. So in that scene, you may actually see that some chain has fell down the ground, but it's actually not acting. It's real.
Wow.
While I was going with them, my chain had fell down, and they had kept in the movie.
Wow.
So they really wanted to be natural.
Like a necklace kind of
Yeah,
thing? Yeah,
necklace,
it falls down in the movie. Wow,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, I remember you had said that when you were doing that scene, they were trying to make you cry because you were supposed to cry in the scene.
Yes.
That's some brutal stuff. The movie was filmed in 2001.
2001,
or around there, right?
Yeah.
So even though it's not that old of a movie, it's only about 20 years old. Even back then they were like, how are we gonna make this kid cry? So they started pinching you and stuff. So you were about 6 or 7 when you did that movie?
Yeah, like
Yes.
6 years or 7 years. Right?
Did any of that stay with you as you got older? Did you want to do more movies, or was that kind of just a one-time thing?
No, I mean, I got really good offers after this movie. But like I used to fall sick every time. My father don't want to take the risk
Gotcha.
So I couldn't do a lot of movies, but even my brother acted in a movie.
Oh wow! What movie do you know?
It's if anyone is who are Telugu people, they would know. It's a movie named called Josh.
Oh, okay. All right. I haven't
Yeah.
seen that one, so you'll have to show me that one
Sure,
next.
sure.
Yeah.
One day I'll show you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I watched that original movie that you were in, and the English translation for that movie is something. Can you remind me what it is? Like what the title of the movie you were in would be in English?
So in my language it is Manasantha Nuvve. It means my heart is filled with you.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, so it's almost like my heart is filled with you.
Yeah.
And that's like a really cheesy romance title, but it's still really nice too at the same time, because I know that there are a lot of romantic movies that come out of India. Did you ever get offered any awards for your stunning performance in the
No,
movie?
it's just a 5 minutes.
But come on, that crying was that was the best crying I've ever seen from a 6-year-old
No, it's just a
child in
5
any
minutes
film.
role. I mean, no one would really recognize me.
Well, yeah, that is true. Yeah, that the amount of time that has gone by. I remember when we watched it, we could tell it was you. But yeah, that's so funny. So that movie was filmed about 20 years ago, and you are from what part of India?
I'm from South India.
Mm-hmm.
So our state is called Andhra Pradesh, and I am from Vizag.
Mm-hmm.
And my studies, my everything is done from Vizag.
Okay.
So in 2018, I came to US
Okay.
for doing my masters.
Right. Okay. So what are the biggest differences between where you live in India and other bigger parts of India? Like what's your area in India known for?
Yeah, my area Vizag is known for its beautiful sea.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's a tourist place basically, so a lot of people from different parts of India, different parts of world will come to visit just to watch the peaceful of sea. It's so soothing, peaceful, beautiful. So I love it.
Sounds like someplace that we gotta go and visit.
Yeah,
someday.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so since you've moved here roughly about 3 years ago
Yeah.
to the United States from India, what are some of the biggest differences that you've noticed being here in the United States versus being back at home?
Actually, there are a lot of differences. I can figure it out. First thing is when I was in India, everything my parents used to do to me, like very small things, my father or mother, I was dependent on them. But when I came here, I was completely into my stuff. Like I used to go to shopping, I used to bring my groceries, I used to cook. So I learned a lot of things being an individual.
Yeah. Any big cultural differences between the people here and the people there? Like any ways that we act?
Actually, yeah, there are a lot of differences. I mean, we are used to some kind of daily routine, and here when it comes like pure Americans, so they have a different kind of routine, and I like this also. But
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say that I'll choose one of them, but either of them I like it.
Yeah. Are there any is there anything that you miss from back at home other than, of course, your family? Is there anything other than your family that you miss at home that you can't get here in America?
Of course, food.
Yeah, the food. Yeah.
Yeah.
How's the Indian food here compared to back at home?
No, it's not really good.
Not a comparison at all, huh? Yeah. I actually really like Indian food specifically, so a lot of the times we'll go out to eat at Indian restaurants. But I know that it's like Chinese food or anything
Right.
else, it's highly Americanized compared to what
Yeah.
you
And
can
it's
actually
much
get over there.
better back in your
Yeah.
your native country, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, you've said that about China too. You said the food the Chinese food in China was better than anything you could really get here.
It's nothing even
It's
like
nothing even
the
like
food there, so.
yeah. So that's really cool. What's one thing that you think people here in America perceive or think about people from India that is not true?
Lot many things actually.
Yeah. Like a stereotype or something, Like, have you seen anybody throw like a stereotype at you, or somebody that you know that's from India? Like they think, oh, well, you're from India, so this. Have you experienced anything like that?
I didn't really personally experience it, but I heard it. One of my friends used to say that I am from South part,
Okay.
but people who in America know only Bollywood.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
So
yeah.
people used to ask you are from Bollywood
Mhm.
or you watch Bollywood movies. Maybe India is not just Bollywood. There are a lot of regions, a lot of places to visit.
Right.
Yeah, this is the first thing, and people used to ask, do you eat a lot of spicy food?
Mm.
Of course we eat, but we can really change it if we want.
Right.
Yeah.
Another question for you. So from dabbling in, the film as a young girl in the movie, and then, fast forward to present day, what was it that kind of set you on your course to come to America and decide to live here in another country? What was like the defining moment that, you were like, I'm going to America, I'm going to go live over there for a few years?
Yeah, thank you for a very good question.
Yeah, of course.
So, when I was studying my bachelor's, I didn't really have, I didn't thought of what to do next, what my career would take me to do. But one day I sat down and I felt like I'm lost somewhere in my life. So I felt completely lost, and I decided to do something beyond my capability. I want to know how I'm capable of. I want to know what is my strength. So I decided to take this path. It's not just completing my master's or my studies, but I just wanted to know how much I'm capable of without my family's support or without my friends. So that day I took the decision and I told my parents, but they were like, you can't go. They hesitated because they love me, so they hesitated. They just don't want to stay far away from them. But later on, it took me almost 1 year to convince them that I need to go to America to pursue my career, to my dreams. So it took almost 1 year, but finally they had agreed it. Yeah, I'm so happy, and they have supported me a lot, and I'm so thankful to them.
Yeah. That's really awesome. That was a really good question.
Yeah, and you hit on a lot of excellent points in the sharing of your answer there, because I think that is something that is important for every young individual finding their way in the world, is to step out of their comfort zone, go and travel and live in a new place.
Yes.
I mean, you did it early. I just recently have moved from New York to North Carolina, and I'm still adjusting to this new independent lifestyle.
Yeah.
So major props to you for doing that. That is quite the adventure.
What you did is really hard, and especially your comment about moving away from family, because I feel like a lot of people our age, around our young age, it could be a number of things. They're scared to leave because of finances, not realizing that the finances will come with time. They're scared to leave because they don't want to leave their family, not realizing that sometimes your family can only get you so far and they can only support you for so long, because everybody's family is different. Now, I want to ask you a question. Do you feel like, since you've moved here, do you think that it was a good decision from when you moved, or do you regret it, and do you wish that you had stayed in India?
No, I absolutely think I have made a very good decision in my life.
I think you did.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we wouldn't have met.
Yeah, sure. There are no regrets about this thing. I did a very good job, I feel, and my parents are very proud of me.
Yeah.
And that makes me happy.
That they should be proud of you. And a lot of times it's funny what you said, because parents will often, especially today, a lot of parents will tell you, no, you don't need to leave. No, you shouldn't go. You should stay maybe a few more years with us. Not realizing that, maybe that's not what's best for you. Maybe sometimes you do need to leave the nest, and you do need to go and accomplish your dreams. And I feel like there are sometimes people who maybe even get guilt tripped into staying. You said that it took you a whole year to convince them.
Yeah.
So when they were telling you that they didn't want you to go, what were the things they were saying to you? Like you would get sick, or you would get hurt, or you'd be away from them, or something like that?
Yeah. So they used to tell me that you can do a job in India. There are a lot of companies who are offering good job and good salary, so you can continue to do a job in India. And they also said that maybe you cannot manage your things because no one would help you there. No one will be there to help you. They have told me a lot of quiet things that that will make convince me, but I didn't feel like to listen those words. I mean, It's actually not I'm disrespecting them.
No,
but
no.
Yeah.
No, you're totally right. Do you feel like they were right or wrong? Do you feel like you've gotten no help since you've come here?
See, when I came here, I don't know it's a right decision or a wrong decision. I just want to come. I just want to do few things, so I came here. But then after a few days, I realized it was a good decision in my life.
Yeah. And like I said, you know, especially for a parent with a child, of course your mind will go to some negative places, like maybe somebody won't be able to help you, but you don't know that until you actually go out and experience it like you did.
Yeah.
And you're saying from the perspective that you're looking at now, being here for 3 years, you think it was a really good decision. And I agree, because had you stayed in India, where do you think you would be, you know, right now, had you been staying in India?
Well, I really didn't think about that because I never thought I would stay back in India. So I didn't really have a thought on that area.
Yeah, and you know, it doesn't matter where you're coming from or where you're going. If you feel that it's your time to go accomplish your goals and your dreams, I think it makes sense to do what you did and to just say, no, I'm gonna go to somewhere. I'm gonna go somewhere else, somewhere where I can't get help from people, so that I can be more independent and I can discover my own life. And I think that's very important for every single person to do to some extent, because I know that a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah, no matter what the age or what the situation there is, if you want to change, you need to change.
Yes, and I love what you just said. That's really good motivation for people who are out there who might want to change but don't know how. Sometimes the best thing to do is to just come up with a basic plan and just get started. You know, you don't need to have absolutely everything figured out, because you're never going to have everything figured out. But you're also never going to get anywhere if you stay where you are. If you feel like you need to change and you're not doing anything to change it, you're only going to stay where you are. And if you agree that you need to change and you don't like where you are, well, if you never change, then that's never going to change either. So I think what you did is very brave, because I don't.
It definitely is.
And I mean, you have a lot more experience than I do, because you actually packed up and went to a different country and stayed there and got engrossed in their culture for a long time.
Yeah, and I would recommend everyone who has, you know, the opportunity to go and travel outside of, if you know, their state, their country, go out and get the experience, because it's going to shift your perspective. I'm sure, Nymisha, you coming to the U.S., it definitely changed your perspective on the entire world, because you're in this new place.
Yeah. I mean, that did it for me when I was a kid, when I was younger. My parents got separated, they got divorced, and I went with one of them down south, and I had lived up in New York almost my whole life.
That was a massive jump for
It
you.
really
at the
was,
time.
and at first I hated it. I hated it, but I only hated it because I had no control, and I was also a kid, so I didn't have as many freedoms anyway. So whatever freedoms I did have were being stripped from me anyway.
Let me twist the question. I want to bounce it off of what you were kind of asking here. So do you think your experience traveling down there was a positive thing?
If I hadn't had done that at the age that I did, I wouldn't be the person I am today. I would probably be much worse had I stayed in the same place growing up in. Where you live when you grow up and you stay there almost your whole life, you live in a bubble, and you never realize it until you actually step outside of that bubble. You are surrounded with people who all think the same, who all do the same thing, and most of those people are going to continue doing the same thing until they're dead. And if you want to be different and you want to be unique, you need to. It's not about moving or doing like what these people did. It's not even just to that extreme. You can do that, but it's taking little steps to go outside of your comfort zone and being brave and courageous and taking on the world for yourself. If you don't do that and you stay the exact same, and there's very, very little variables of change that are being added into this equation of your life, then that equation is only going to get you so far. The path that you set for yourself is only going to get so far. The more experience that you have as a human being, the more you're able to do for not only yourself, but for the people that you like and love that are around you. So experience is a tool. And what Nymisha did was she said, I want more experience. Not just more experience from your culture's perspective. You threw yourself in a completely different environment, which is chaotic and at the end of the day helped you grow over the last couple of years. So I think that what you did was very courageous, because I don't think a lot of people can do what you did. I think a lot of people would get hung up on moving to a new country and not, having the money to do it and this. And I'm sure a lot of worries had been in your head up until the point that you moved. But now that you're here, everything... Do you feel like since you've moved to America, you're coming closer to what your dreams are, or do you feel like you're moving further away?
No. My dreams are coming true, and what I thought back in India I should be in this few years, they are coming true.
Good.
So I'm absolutely happy for that.
Yeah, me too.
I'm happy for you.
Thank
absolutely.
you.
And another question, what do you think was one of the biggest maybe tools that you were able to acquire when coming to America and starting a new life for yourself? What was some of the obstacles that you've overcome, or maybe an experience that you had that kind of gave you the knowledge about something to be more courageous, or however you want to approach that question?
So when I came to America in 2018, I came on August 13. So I went to my university. I used to stay with my friends. So first 6 months, like first semester, it was really hard for me because I used to miss my family, my friends, the food, and I really don't know how to cook at the time. So I used to miss everything, but then after first semester, I was like, I was completely lost. I used to call my parents and say, I would really come back, I don't like here. But then one day I found out, like, if it was my decision to come here, no one ever forced me to come here. It was my decision, I should believe in myself. So if I want to do something, I need to believe myself.
Well said. I think, more people today need to believe in their ability to shape the world into the way that they want to live their life.
For sure.
And travel to a new place, whatever it might be, a goal, a dream, a passion, make it into your reality. And it sounds like that's exactly the path that you set yourself on when you came here to America.
Yeah. And it always starts out hard when you do something as big of a change in life as that. It makes sense that for the first 6 months or so, you were upset.
Yeah, stepping out of my comfort zone made me really difficult. But this is my life. I need to go on. So I believed in myself and I did what I need to do.
And look where you are now.
Yeah.
And everything's going really good for you.
Yeah.
So I think that you are a success story of somebody who, at the end of the day, it's a really perfect description. Your life is a perfect description for the struggle of everyone to find their dreams and to find what they want to do with their life. It's always hard. It's never easy. If it was easy, everybody would be able to do it. But it's not. It's very difficult, and yet you're still here. You still stayed here, even with all those hardships, and yet we have people who are all over the world that are our age, and they're afraid to leave their parents' house. They're afraid to really step outside of that comfort zone and go and take on the world. So it's really good for our message that you're coming on our podcast and talking to us about this, because part of what we do is try to motivate people to live the lives that they ought to deserve. And you're, again, a great success story of that.
Your story is very motivating, and we really thank you for taking the time to do this today.
Yeah.
It really
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure.
Yeah, of course. Is there anything else that you wanted to tell the people at home about yourself, or just about your story?
Tell us about maybe what you're up to today, what your next kind of project is that you're working on, something that you're looking forward to, however you want to.
Yeah, I really want to say, for everyone who is struggling in the life, just be strong, be confident, believe yourself, believe the universe, everything will be in your hand.
There you go. That's some great advice.
Thank you, Nymisha. That was fantastic.
Yeah, we're gonna put that on like a card or something. We're gonna send it out to people. That was really good. Did you want to plug in your Instagram for people to follow you?
Please do follow my Instagram. I can give it in the description box, the link. So please do follow my Instagram and encourage Psycosmos channel.
Thank you. That's very nice. Thank you very much. thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you comment and subscribe. Like the video down below. Make sure you go check out Nymisha's Instagram and tell us in the comments what you would like to see more of in the future. Never give up. Keep striving forward. Keep motivating yourself. Stay positive. We love you guys. Take care.